Honorable Paswan to Brazil 2 years ago to go and have a look at the Center of Excellence over there to see whether or not India wants to set up something along those lines. At that meeting, we were in Sao Paulo with the mayor of Sao Paulo, and he was saying, oh, we feed 5 million children every day with midday meals. They don't call it midday meals, they call it their school feeding. 5 million children. And the minister looked at me because I think he was saying, this lax and crows, is not the same as how people understand it over there. So he said, Dr. Nuru, but we are doing 10 times that amount. I said, not 10 times, 20 times, 120 million in India. So that to me was a platform for South-South collaboration. Why? Brazil wanted to know how to expand it to the whole country. And India has done that. But what they are feeding in their school program there is very high quality, fortified, nutritious food. So they are getting a lot of benefit from only the 5 million. Now India also now could learn from there. You see what I mean? And this is exactly what is happening. Mr. Paswan announced last year in July that they are going to fortify all the staples that are going into the food safety nets. This is classic what I would call South-South collaboration. Almost to the end, database and agricultural information networks need to be strengthened. So who does that? Where is it based? India has a lot of potential to do that. Africa, how do we see how we can put a single, one place, one-stop shop that everybody can go to get that information? The use and adoption of appropriate technology is very important. Indigenous homegrown ideas, as has been mentioned earlier on today. And I would like to say it's always important for Africa to start small and then to build up. Because too many white elephant projects in Africa, if you start small, it's easier to accept, it's easier to fund, it's easier to manage, it's easier to sell to the government and beneficiaries. And if you want to have it sustainable, then the people themselves, when they see it, they themselves will want to push it forward and not rely on the government to do it. That is a classic, typical way of having a sustainable, long-term involvement of the society to make progress. Last but not the least, the use of digital platforms are very important, and innovation systems, things like drone technology, GIS, things like AI, artificial intelligence, are all new things which are out there now, which we have to exploit in this space. Learnings from Government of India schemes, and apart from the government national plans, you have the special schemes under the Office of the Prime Minister, such as Swachh Bharat, such as Poshan Abhiyan, such as the JAM, the financial inclusion. These are things that also Africa can learn from. But I want African countries around the table here also to take note. Many of these things happen with political will and political commitment at the very highest level, irrespective of the government. It's not just the government of today. The previous government in India and the one before that and the one, they have all been pushing this agenda. In Africa, we also have to adopt that. I would not be complete without mentioning the element of gender, which I think is very important and has already been emphasized. There's a great opportunity there, and we know also we cannot neglect this. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this opportunity once again. I think the time is right. The window of opportunity is open for us all. We all here are duty-bound by our people and by humanity to push this agenda forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Nuru, for very important kind of raising the issues. They are very critical for the development of African agriculture. Thank you very much. Next speaker is Dr. Arvind Kumar, Director, South Asia Regional Center, IRRI.
Thank you, Chair, and good morning to all of you. With your permission, Chair, I will bring a little bit of science in between the policy in my presentation. I belong to IRRI South Asia Regional Center, a new institute, just 5 months old institute, just inaugurated, fortunate enough to be inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister, December 29, and trying to move ahead forward with the research agenda that we have. And so a lot of similarity. Why do I bring all the research agenda? We have 3 units. One is Center of Excellence in Rice Value Addition, which takes care of grain quality and nutritional security. We have broader program for research and partnership, which talks about the climate resilience. And then we have IRRI Research and Education program, which talks about the capacity building. And we have the responsibility to promote South-South cooperation. So an institute just starting, endowed with the IRIS linkage with the national system in India and South Asia, and privileged to have the linkages, similar linkages in the Africa, where rice is an important crop. And so that's where I thought that ISARC will be an important institute to get linked with the Government of India and Africa South-South cooperation. So we do talk about the grain quality and nutrition, and when we talk of grain quality of nutrition, we talk of increasing the nutrition, but also we talk of bringing the health issue to the rice, and that is where we try to tackle the nutritional security. At ISARC, we do talk about the climate resilience, and we will have several angles of research on the climate resilience, including the climate adaptation and climate mitigation. And it is known through its research on developing rice, stress-tolerant rice varieties, whether it is drought-tolerant, high temperature tolerant, flood tolerant, salinity tolerant, and also efficient water nutrient management. And then also our work on reducing the emission through in the rice production. Also, an important aspect for us is the capacity building, which we deal with the ERI Research and Education Program, and variety of capacity development programs that we carry. And in fact, one of the first that we have started and that's ongoing is for the progressive farmers. So right from farmers to all the stakeholders, scientists, scholars, and on different angles that the capacity building program we shall be taking. And so then we link the rice production with the Africa, and there is a need to bring what all we have been doing in India. In fact, in India, IRI has been engaged over last 6 decades, and we have seen the progress, India becoming self-reliant and in fact exporting rice. And at the same time, there is development that IRI Africa Rice is developing an alliance. The most appropriate opportunity where we talk of one program for the Africa for the rice-based agri-food system, and that is where again ISARC will contribute. And then South-South cooperation can fast-track the progress in Africa by providing technologies, resources, and capacity from India. So, what are those areas where we can really contribute? One is the agriculture research for the rice-based agri-food system, and when we talk of the agriculture research, many of you have talked about the research scenario in Africa, and so we talk of basic research, applied research, as well as research for development, whether it is in plant breeding, whether it is with the germ plant sharing, whether it is rice-based agri-food system cropping pattern or mechanization, capacity development, soil nutrient water management, and the post-harvest management. At the same time, also there was presentation that the seed system is still not that much developed, and probably stronger public-private sector engagement is needed there for seed and seed system, more so initially for the policy, but then also to develop the seed system, and also to encourage a lot of training on seed production and delivery to key stakeholders. Also agrochemicals, service provision models, and also catalyzing the policies and strategies for faster dissemination of the technology, and also a lot of monitoring. The previous speaker just said that many projects have been implemented with little success, and so that was probably also because we needed a bit better monitoring, evaluation, and learning. And then also the national research system and seed system and seed sector and testing laboratory. India has done very well with the national research system, the seed sector, and the testing laboratories, and there is a chance that we bring these learnings to Africa. Institutional structure to regulate biotechnology. As research is moving from conventional research to biotechnology-based research, India has placed in the institutional guidelines, and there is a need that we take those guidelines to Africa. So what ERI South Asia Regional Center can get associated with and can help and assist when you try to develop a South-South collaboration program. These are the few points which I could think of as of now. We can implement Government of India program and projects in Africa and assist in development of linkages, more so with the agriculture research, and more so with this knowledge that rice being an important crop in most of these areas of Africa, and there is a lot of learnings that we have in Asia, we are well placed to take it forward. Assist Government of India in developing training programs for rice-based agri-food system for Africa. Work with Department of Agriculture, ICR, RIS, DST, DBT and Ministry of External Affairs to increase the uptake of scholarship programs in India. And in fact, also through ISARC, we will be very happy to host some of those scholars coming from Africa. Implement training program for NARS partners and policymakers from Africa to ISARC. Develop the research programs where the researchers in Africa and the supervisors in Africa and the system in India and ISARC can work together. Enhance collaboration and exchange of researchers between ISARC and the other countries. There was, Abdul did talk about the seed system, and we will really like to extend the regional seed sharing agreement to Africa. Why so? Because the climatic conditions are more or less same. There is a high possibility that many of the varieties which perform more so with the rice, and I think it goes beyond rice, that those who are doing well in India are likely to do well in many of the countries of Africa. Disseminate some of the climate, and so disseminate some of the climate resilient varieties, taking that the regional seed sharing agreement forward, and assist private sector from India in developing linkages in Africa, and assist in putting institutional structure for biotechnology. I will once again reiterate, probably this is my last slide, that ISARC is uniquely placed, that we have a strong linkage in India and we have a strong linkage in Africa through our through our presence in Africa, and with the knowledge that we have and the work that we have been doing in the rice-based agri-food system, we look forward for opportunity to bring the some of these findings and the outputs that we have in India to Africa. Once again, thank you very much to the organizers, RIS, the FIDC, and also colleagues from ERI Nafis for inviting me to this important dialogue. Thank you very much.
Dr. Kumar, for highlighting the role of ERI, how it can contribute to the development of rice in Africa.